One of the things that scientists do is they go out into the field and they take samples that they bring back to the laboratory to analyze. And that's what we're going to do. I'm going to drive around, get some water samples, bring them back to the classroom, and we're going to spend some time during class looking at these samples using our microscopes and seeing what kind of microbial life we see in these different samples. And if the life forms that we see vary depending on where the sample's collected. So here I am at the back of the pickup truck. See, here's a pickup truck, right? And I'm going to show you the stuff that I've got because I'm all set to go. So yeah, if you're getting water samples where it's really kind of nasty water, you want to put on some muck boots so that you don't get your good shoes all crapped up. We're going to take a drive up to the American Tobacco Trail, the trailhead in Apex. It's about a half mile to walk into an estuary that's up there. So, got my walking shoes. I've got my little cooler that I'm going to use just to transport the samples, so if I have any leaks, the water doesn't go everywhere. For the one walk that I know is going to be a little bit lengthy, I've got my little backpack here. This is actually a camelback, and I just took the water reservoir out, so there's plenty of room in here to put a couple of samples. And as far as taking the samples themselves, I forgot to grab a bunch of screw top bottles from school, so I'm going to double bag the water samples using these freezer bags. I'm going to label them using my Sharpie, and I'm bringing a ladle. I'm just going to ladle it out. Yeah, I could just put the baggie down in the water and put it in that way, but I want to ladle it so that I can kind of stir things around and get more of the good stuff when we get the samples here. So we're off to our first stop. We're going to start far away and then drive back. So we're going to the American Tobacco Trail first. All right, here we are at the trailhead. Let's go for a walk. This is the American Tobacco Trail. And if you notice how flat it is, this used to be a railroad. And all around the country, a lot of track has been pulled up, and where the track used to be, it's been converted into trails for riding bike, riding horses, running, walking. Mile-and-a-half round trip. Nice day for it. It's an overcast day. It's high 60s, low 70s. So it's very comfortable to be out. Okay, mission accomplished. And where we just got the water sample, if you noticed, those are wetlands. Lots of life in wetlands. And a good example, a good indicator of that are all the turtles that you saw lined up on the log with the still photo that I took of that. All right, that'll do it for American Tobacco Trail. Our next stop will be the Cape Fear River. There's a boat ramp that we passed on the way out here, and we'll go to the boat ramp there and take our next sample. Here we are at the Cape Fear River, and I am interested in what turns up in the water sample that we collect here. Our drinking water at home comes from the Cape Fear River, and we have to filter it to drink it, and when we don't filter it, it smells kind of like pond water coming out of the tap. So again, I'm really interested. In order to get a sample, I'm gonna have to step in the muck, so muck boots. I'm sinking down into about 6 inches of mud right there. Holy smokes. Suction. All right, so, well, there's the loading dock. That'll do it for the Cape Fear River. Our next stop will be Bella Bridge Road. There's a swampy area that I pass on the way to school, and I'm curious to see what little guys we can find in our water sample that we take there. I lied. It's not Bella Bridge Road. It's Rosser Pittman Road, and we're here now. So that's the stream that, when we get really heavy rain, often floods almost all the way up to the bottom of the bridge. And what I'm really interested in is the stagnant water that's over here in the woods. All right, here we are. That's what we want. All right, we've got one more stop we're gonna make, and that's Watson Lake in Broadway. All right, so the algae I was hoping for isn't there. So we're coming down to the west end of Watson Lake, and we're heading over for the cattails that you see straight ahead. So I want to get a sample somewhere over there. All right, we've got 4 samples. We have the wetlands over at the American Tobacco Trail. We have water from the Cape Fear River taken from the shallows. We have stagnant water taken from a bridge over off of Rosser Pittman Road. And we have this sample that we just took from Watson Lake. Between these 4 samples and whatever you guys bring in class, hopefully we'll find some stuff.